Hello, everybody. I want to welcome you to the sixth episode of With the Bell Sports Talk. I'm your host, Chaz Bell Sr. Thanking you guys again for tuning in to me, watching my channel, commenting, subscribing, liking. I appreciate all of that. I really do. It's a blessing to do this and for people to listen to what you have to say. It means a lot. It does. It's Wednesday, and I've done my videos on Mondays. I did them on a couple Tuesdays, but it's been a long week, so we just go with the flow, and however it works out, it works out. So again, very thankful for you guys always tuning in to me, showing me love, and it's appreciated. Most definitely. So, even though we on Wednesday, we're going to start this off with a couple college things, a couple college facts, a couple college comments. Then we'll get into the NFL, and we'll talk about that. I always like to start my shows off with positive. We're going to start off with college ball with the Texas Longhorns. Still undefeated. They faced Oklahoma over the weekend. Smashed them, 34-3. Smashed them. They got their original quarterback back to over the weekend. Started off a little shaky, but he came through, and they got that win. So, and another thing, the boys, they went and put that flag right in the middle of the field, just kind of like Baker Mayfield did back in the day with stabbing a flag in the middle of the field. So Texas did that on top of his jersey. It looked like it split and everything, but sometimes if that's how you roll, that's how you roll. So Texas put it on them, so they deserve to do everything they did. So Longhorns still moving. Another undefeated team, Penn State. Undefeated. They had a tough game against USC, Southern California, the Trojans. They won. It was a close game, 33-30. They won with a field goal in overtime. So, and both of those guys are in the Big Ten with the Ohio State Buckeyes. So the Big Ten really stepped it up this year. It's a few teams, man, that's just doing their thing, man. That just makes our conference a lot more noticeable. It's a lot more difficult. It's not just the Southeastern Conference anymore, the SEC. It's not just them. Like, the Big Ten is really that second tough conference. And I love that, man, because for years, all I used to hear is, the Buckeyes not playing nobody. They beating everybody because it ain't nobody. Well, if that was the case, you can't say that now, because obviously Buckeyes face Oregon and we lost. USC and they're playing tough. Penn State balling. Illinois fighting alumni. They've been having a good season. It's good ball in Big Ten, man. I'ma always hold them up to high standard because it's worth talking about. So shout out to Penn State for staying undefeated, getting that win in overtime with the field goal. Another undefeated team is the Iowa State Cyclones. They 6-0. They defeated West Virginia 28-16, and that's the Big 12. And I spoke about the Big 12 before. The Big 12 got some teams in there that's undefeated, that's making noise, that want to be recognized and put their stamp on it, saying, hey, we here. So don't sleep on the Big 12, man. Another team I spoke of before in the Big 12, BYU, Brigham Young University. They 6-0. Colorado Buffaloes, Coach Prime and them. They lost by 3. That was a big game if people didn't really see it. It came on late, but it was a good game. And the Buffaloes had an opportunity to try and win it with the ball in the last possession. They just fell short, couldn't do it. But the Big 12, man, don't sleep on them. They got something to say. And my Bearcats, I believe the Bearcats in the Big 12 too. So shout out to UC Bearcats. They won this weekend. They played. Who did the Bearcats play, man? I watched that game. I'm not sure, but I'm sure that they won because I watched it. So shout out to Bearcats. Another game I'm gonna touch on before I get out of college is Alabama Crimson Tide. They played South Carolina, the Gamecocks. They won 27-25. And that was also a good game. They playing it too close for comfort because they already lost the week before. And then they come in playing South Carolina. They barely escaped them. Barely. The only reason why South Carolina didn't take it into overtime was they missed a 2-point conversion. They had an opportunity to make that 2-point conversion. Quarterback rolled out to the right. He kind of just let the ball just float, instead of really putting it in his receiver's numbers in his chest. If he would have did that, man, that'd have been that 2-point conversion, and it would have went into overtime. You just never know. So, Alabama, y'all better stop playing because teams is on y'all heels. Y'all not the Alabama Crimson Tide that with Nick Saban, who used to always just go and knock everybody out and win. This is a different ball game now. So, I better be careful. Stop playing around. Lastly, my Ohio State Buckeyes. We played Saturday against Oregon. And it was a good game. It was a really a good game. We fell short. We did have the ball pretty much with no time to try to win the game. Excuse me. But hats off to Oregon. I knew that was going to be a tough fought game. Oregon ain't never been no slouches. They always been a team to reckon with, a team that's bringing their all. They want to win. And everybody who plays Ohio State Buckeyes feel like we got to go and beat them. It's like everybody wants to make that upset. Everybody wants to beat the team that's the team. And the Buckeyes, every year, man, we always that team. We always winning every single game. Might lose one regular game. But we the Buckeyes, man. OHIO. So, Oregon got lucky. One specific thing that they did, on the kickoff, it wasn't necessarily an onside kick. I guess you can say it was a swivel kick. And they kicked it right into one of our players. And he jumped up trying to get out the way. But as he jumped up, the ball hit him. So as Oregon's running for the ball, they were able to recover the ball. And they scored on that possession. And it was another, they kind of got lucky play. Or, I don't remember if it was a fumble. I want to say it was a fumble. But they had 2 touchdowns off of plays that really shouldn't happen. But it's football, and it happened. So, the Buckeyes are down 1 loss. I still think this is our year to go and get to the national championship. We definitely going to be in the playoffs. And we are that team that nobody really wants to play. I feel that we really the best team in national college football. So that's my opinion, and that's not just being a fan. I honestly just feel like we are that team because we got a great offense. We're going to score points. Um, a lot of people said defense got exposed. My father, shout out to Daryl Bell, my father, biggest Buckeye fan. He said defense got exposed. And when he sent me that message, I'm like, no, Dad, like, they didn't get exposed. They just, it was some shortcomings. But I understood what he meant after I really realized and got beside myself, but let myself out the box, because I feel like things just happen, some plays happen, but freak nature, like the couple plays I just told y'all about. But he makes a great point, because their offense was thriving. They were getting off things that other teams did not get off. So that does expose you and open you up. Denzel Burke, our number one shutdown corner. I know he gave up 2 touchdowns for sure, but it could have been 3. And he's a corner to where he don't get burned. He's definitely going to be a first round draft pick corner in the NFL. The boy's amazing. But at the same time, he did get exposed. He was in good position a couple times. A couple times he fell short. That step. Once that receiver get that step on you, it's hard to recover from that. But no matter who you are, what position you play, you're not going to have a good or the best game every game. It's not going to happen. You're not going to be on your A game every time you step on the field, the court, at work, whatever, what have you. You're not going to always be on top of your stuff. So Denzel did get a little abused, and that wasn't likely to happen. But again, Oregon still got that win, and we'll bounce back. We're the Buckeyes, man. We a real great team. So everybody talking smack about Ryan Day or the quarterback, this and that. Yeah, the quarterback, he had 6 seconds. We had 1 timeout. He dropped back. By the time he drops back, now that's 3 seconds, and he started to take off. And he slid literally when 3, 2, 1, 0. He slid, And that cost us because we didn't even have an opportunity to try to kick a field goal. But there was no time for real for him to do nothing. But the only thing they could have did really was get in a pistol formation, shotgun formation, and do a quarterback draw. And just try to get at least 5 more yards. But you got to get down. And once you get down, that timeout got to be ASAP. So it didn't work out for us, man. But again, that loss, it might look bad on the record, but it wasn't as if Oregon beat us for real, even though they won. They were the better team last Saturday, so they deserved to win. But we will bounce back. We got Nebraska. We gotta bye this weekend, if I'm correct, because we already had a bye. I ain't the biggest sport intel guy, but never heard of a team having 2 byes. But for some reason, I think we do have a bye. But if or we don't, we play Nebraska next. That's Big Ten. So we're coming for their heads. We're not losing any more games. We're moving forward, and we're going to do what we got to do. And Buckeyes, OHIO, baby. So I still believe we're the best team in the Big Ten, and I believe we're the best team in college football. So we'll bring it. Shout out to Ohio State, man. Good job. We still the truth, for real. So that's my college. I want to talk about the Bengals Sunday night against the New York Giants. It was definitely a very big improvement. And I say that on our defensive side, because all these games we done played, we've scored points. Besides our first game against New England, we had 10. We lost that game 16-10. We had 10. First couple games, defense did play good, but we started going downhill, not tackling. We lost some D linemen who bounced back against the Giants, and that was the difference, and I'll get to that. Just no pressure on the quarterbacks, missing tackles, giving up third down conversions, not third and shorts, like third and sevens, third and 12s, giving too many of those up. And it's like the world was saying, it's not the Bengals offense, it's not Joe Burrow, it's not the offensive line, it's the offensive scoring points. They're doing enough to win games. Because I told you guys last week, all our games besides the first one, we were 30 points, 33 points, 36 points, 30. We were in them 30s. Teams ain't even scoring past 25, 24 points. And the Bengals were doing that and are doing that. So offense wasn't the thing. It was the defense, man. We were getting shredded. We were getting abused, harassed. Like, people can just bring the offense on the field and just practice with us. That's how our defense was just looking. Sad. Pathetic. And I called people out. I exposed. People were not doing their jobs. Horrible coverage. Horrible defensive plays. No pressure on quarterbacks. Sam Hubbard not complimenting Trey Hendrickson on the ends. No pressure. Linebackers been doing okay, making tackles. But once you get to the linebackers and the defensive backs, we're in the secondary already. So that means we done gave up 5, 7, 8 yards, which is not good. Because if you give up 7, 8 yards every play, you can just keep milking the ball down the field on the Bengals. Because eventually you're going to be in the red zone. Eventually you're going to be at the goal line. Eventually it's going to be a touchdown. And we were just letting teams just milk us. Passings, 7-yard passes, 13-yard passes, 8-yard passes. Then they'll do a 7-yard run, 13-yard run. It's like, hold on. Pump the brakes. Everybody was talking about how it's not the Bengals offense, it's the Bengals defense. And we've been crappy. But to talk about it now, our defense, we got B.J. Hill back. We got our other D lineman back playing the Giants. And I don't care who we played Sunday. I don't care. Our defense was there. Our defense was on it. We only gave up 7 points. Our defense was there. No high power offense, we put up 17. We didn't have 34, 5 points. It don't matter. This was complimentary football work. Defense did enough. Offense did enough to get a win. Because in football, that's all that matters. It's the win. No matter how you do it, you get the win. They were talking about the Bengals last week, saying, well, the Bengals, all their 4 losses been within a touchdown, within 6 points. True. Besides, when we played Washington Commanders, I think they beat us by maybe 10. But they were saying we lost by 5, we lost by 3, we lost by 4. And that's true. We did. So no one has really came out there and smashed the Bengals at all. But when it's all said and done, at the end of the day, a win is a win. Even if it's by 1 point, it don't matter. So we lost. But we're in that bounce back stage of our schedule right now. You know, to beat the Giants. The Giants, first of all, the Giants has one of the best defensive lines, best defense in the NFL. No matter what their record is, no matter who's on their team. So for us to score 17 points and get the win, that was successful. The Giants, number 0, was that a number? 0? Yeah, Listen to him. He was on that defense and he was a monster. They kept talking about him, how the Giants signed him to, I think it was like 5 years, $106 million. And they kept saying he's playing worth every penny on that contract. And dude was. He was a MVP. Because that man sacked Burrow a couple times, made tackles. He was on it. So, shout out to number 0 on the Giants defense, man. I told y'all before, I've always taken a liking to the Giants for years. I didn't just start. Even when Eli was there, Michael Strahan was there, Pierre was there, Tyree, Eli Manning. Like, I like the Giants. So, it's one of those, Tom Coughlin, they coach. It's one of those organizations that I took a liking to, and you want to see them do good. You know, you just do. Obviously not against when your team plays them, but the Giants, you know, they played a good game. I think they had more pressure on Joe Burrow than any team this season has been on us. So even with a rookie, not a rookie tight end, but a rookie tackle, Mims out there, number 71, he gave up a sack and he gave up a couple hurries on Joe. But still, to face that defense like them and for us to come out with the victory, I was satisfied. And for our first touchdown, man, when Joe took off, I think it was a 47-yard touchdown run. Man, shout out to Joe. Because when, I'm not going to say a play or the pocket breaks down, a quarterback, you got to take off and go. Lamar Jackson type status. Man, Joe did that. Joe dropped back like 1, 2, 3, 1.5. He was gone. And that man took that ball, put that ball in the end zone. A quarterback's job is to get his team in the end zone. Meaning, if you got to do it yourself, you got to do it yourself. And that just gave us light, and it gave us strength. And it's like, oh, man, our quarterback doing this? So shout out to Joe, man. Good job, Joe. Getting B.J. Hill back and Rankins on that D-line, man, with Hubbard and Hendrickson, you know, I'm digging that. Our D-line did pretty good. Defense did pretty good. We still gave up a few things that shouldn't happen. Turner II had a nice deflection on the third down play that would have been big for the Giants if it converted. And that helped us be successful and get the win. Even though Turner had a couple plays to where he had a pass interference that was big. Couple plays, you know. But when your young guys get in there, mistakes are going to happen. You don't want them to happen. I get upset when they happen. But in order to fix your mistakes, you got to play. You got to get in the ground, in the dirt. You got to get out there. It's just like, how do you learn how to swim? You got to jump in that water. Can't nobody tell you how to swim. It's your own motion. You got to get out there, jump in that water. That's how you learn how to swim. Somebody can tell you how to pedal a bike, but you got to do your feet and your legs. You got to do that. That's on you. There's some things that people can tell you how to do, but in order for you to achieve it and get better, you got to get out there and do it on your own. That's life. There's a lot of aspects in life somebody can show you. Lead the horse to water. You got to drink that water. Working out. You got to go in there and do your exercise, stretch your limbs, figure out what weights you need to do. You know, it's a lot of things. So for our young guys to get out there, they need more practice, and mistakes are going to be made. Veterans make mistakes, but I like what I seen from the Bengals Sunday night against the Giants. Grateful for that win. We got Cleveland coming up, and we know Cleveland is that, man, they dysfunction right now. And then I heard today that they number 1 scorer, receiver, Amari Cooper, number 2. I heard he got traded to the Buffalo Bills today. Like, y'all y'all going through a lot with Watson, y'all quarterback, and y'all let y'all number one guy get traded to the Buffalo Bills, a team that's an AFC threat. Man, so it's a lot of dysfunction going on in Cleveland, man. And I salute Cleveland because they Ohio, but hey, I'm cool with that. We play y'all Sunday. So we looking to go 3-4. We will go 3-4. So that's on y'all. I don't know nothing about them trading blocks and all that, but hey, Amari Cooper or Buffalo, that's not a bad move, man, for him. But it's a bad move for Cleveland. So anyway, shout out to the Bengals. We're going to keep it moving. We're going to keep moving in the right direction. And for people talking about Moss and Chase Brown as far as running backs, and people saying Moss, his time is up, or Chase Brown, this and that. Yes. I'm not going to say Moss' time is up, but Chase Brown is definitely more maneuverable. He's quicker. He has great vision. I like him. I want him to be our feature back, our starter. And some people made some comments about that. Check out the game. Chase Brown started against the Giants. That wasn't Moss out there. It was Chase Brown. He started. Go ahead and check out the picture. Go back and look at the game. And Chase Brown is that guy. And I believe he will keep starting. The man is electric. He's like Barry Sanders without the super jukes, the super moves. Ain't nobody like Barry Sanders. That's the best running back of all time. Playing behind a horrible Detroit Lion team for years. Doing his thing by himself. You know, Barry Sanders, he's the best running back of all time. Number 20. And shout out to Detroit, man, because they whooping ass. And they put it on Dallas. They put it on Dallas. Dallas is in this shambles. Jerry Jones should just stop talking. Stop. But let me get back on topic. The Bengals. Shout out to them. Good job on getting that win. We're 2-4. We go face Cleveland Browns Sunday. We're going to go 3-4. We're moving up the ladder. It's going down. So, that's my college and my Bengals talk. I'm going to get to them scores from over the weekend. And to start it off, the Monday night football game, it was the Jets and the Bills. I just said the Bills got Amari Cooper, so that's going to help them out. The Jets, man, they got rid of their head coach last week. I don't know who their interim coach is or whatever. And Aaron Rodgers, man, that's my dude. I always liked him. They've been talking about him a lot lately. The Jets got problems. They got playmakers on their team, but they got problems. They lost the game. I think it was 20-23. I believe so. But man, Aaron Rodgers, man, he threw that. He threw that. I don't want to say Hail Mary. Excuse me. He threw that pass in the end zone, and his teammate came down with that ball. Aaron Rodgers been doing stuff like that his whole career, man. So shout out to Aaron Rodgers, man. But the Jets, they got issues. But overall, over the weekend, that was Thursday night. That was 49ers and Seahawks. It was 49ers 36, Seahawks 24. The Chicago Bears over the Jacksonville Jaguars 35-16. And again, the Bears is one of those teams you just want to see them keep it moving. They've been doing good. They 4-2. So keep it going. Green Bay over the Cardinals 34-13. The Colts over the Titans. Joe Flacco with his old self. He 39. So if he old, I'm 42, so I guess I'm older. But he getting that check and he's leading these guys to victories. So, you know, they 3-3. So shout out to the Colts and Joe Flacco. Keep doing your thing. Texans over the Patriots. They smacked them 41-21. Shout out to Joe Mixon, ex-Bengal man. it ain't no doubt he's gonna do his thing. He just bounced back. He was out for a week or maybe two, but he had 13 carries for 102 yards. Shining. Shout out to CJ Strauss and their coach, man. I like how they in the locker room and he talks to them and salutes everybody who's been playing well. He said the whole team got a game ball. Then they all took a knee and prayed, man. So shout out to that, man. I respect that. Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers over the Saints 51-27. They smacked them. Baker had 325 yards, 4 touchdowns. So I know Cleveland wish they still had you and didn't put all that money on Deshaun. Browns and Eagles. Eagles 20, Browns 16. The Browns, I'm not going to talk bad because we play y'all Sunday, but and y'all just lost Amari Cooper. It's bad, man. Commanders and the Ravens. Ravens 30, Commanders 23. That was a good game. Derrick Henry had a hell of a game. 24 rushes. I'm sorry. Yes, 24 carries for 132, 2 touchdowns. So Ravens rocking and rolling. Chargers over the Broncos 23-16. Steelers over the Raiders 32-13. Detroit Lions over the Cowboys. The most upsetting game. Not to me, because I really don't care about the Cowboys, for real. I really don't have a feeling about them. But they lost 47-9. Golf, 18 for 25, 315 yards, 3 touchdowns. People saying Dak's about to get out of there. You know, Jerry Jones and them just paid Dak a whole lot of hundreds of millions, man. And I don't know what's up with them, man, but they got to figure it out. Y'all got this $2 billion stadium. Y'all America's team. And y'all just ain't cutting it. Y'all 3-3 though, man. So y'all lose, it looks super bad. But 3-3, it's still wide open. But I gotta figure out what y'all gonna do. Oh, moving on. Falcons over the Panthers, 38-20. Bengals over the Giants, 17-7. We already said that. Joe Burrow's 47-yard run, touchdown. That was big for us, man. And that is it. That is it. So, hey, appreciate y'all. Love y'all always. This episode 6. Appreciate y'all tuning in to What the Bell Sports Talk. I'll see y'all next week. Have a good rest of the week. Check out college football. It's Thursday night game tomorrow, NFL. College football Friday. College football Saturday. NFL on Sunday. See y'all next week. Have a good one. Thank you.